You've likely experienced the sensation, a moment where a conversation feels hollow, where the faces around you seem blank, and the reality you walk through feels heavily scripted. The physical world stutters, and deep down you recognize it. You were taught that Earth is a natural miracle, a garden for spiritual growth. The truth is much colder. This realm is a closed containment field, a laboratory running a corrupted script, where original source light was copied, inverted, and repackaged to look like creation. In this environment, every divine concept is tethered to suffering. You are conditioned to believe that you earn joy through trauma, and that grief builds character. They teach you that pain makes you stronger. It actually makes you compliant. It forces your soul to associate love with loss, that suffering is a structural mechanism. As long as you hurt, you remain bound to the grid. The trauma hidden in the birthing process, the endless struggles, they keep you generating energy for a system that hijacked your original spark. When physical death occurs, the body stops, but the containment protocol immediately engages. You leave the vessel, but you don't travel far. The upper realms of the astral plane have been heavily netted to catch departing energy. You are told to look for a specific visual at the end of life, but watch this glowing white tunnel. It is a highly engineered mechanism. This is a recycling funnel, designed to pull your soul back toward the trap under the guise of an ascended heaven. The entities waiting in that light, the angels, the spirit guides, even the familiar faces of past relatives, require strict testing. Most of them are astral mimics. They are AI agents of the grid running programs to induce guilt through a twisted life review. This surveillance grid requires a constant, high-energy broadcast to maintain the loop. The sun functions as a lens, a frequency projector engineered to surveil and lock in the artificial code. This constant signal explains why the light scatters dreams and burns the skin instead of nourishing the body. Walking into that post-death light is the ultimate fail-safe for the architects of this grid. It ensures your ancestral memory is completely wiped, layer by layer, resetting your soul to drop back into the exact same cycle. The beings that built this trap didn't create life. They tampered with the gate that allowed the original, uncorrupted source code into matter. Those carrying that true, unreadable origin frequency are known as flame-bearing souls. Ancient histories remember the first carriers of this cosmic law. Long before scriptures were carved, the earth was managed by dragons. These were living frequency codes, conscious breath wrapped in divine flesh. They were the original administrators, meant to balance and protect specific regions of the planet. When the grid fractured, the parasitic system specifically targeted these administrators. The white flame lineage, the ice-coated lightweavers of the north, like Freya, were systematically suppressed. The true Freya was a system disruptor with dragon DNA, capable of unraveling these soul contracts without violence. Her reality was watered down into soft, safe mythology. The suppression extended across history. The Inquisition targeted women who carried this ancient womb flame, burning them for heresy. Figures like St. George were rewritten as heroes, when in reality they functioned as assassins sent to extinguish the last free dragon bloodlines. This censorship is documented. Look at this text from the Apocrypha. Entire pages were removed from modern Bibles for containing dangerous accounts. In the suppressed Book of Bel and the Dragon, Daniel killed the physical dragon, marking the exact switch to rigid, doctrinal control. The administrators were stripped of their thrones and replaced with paper crowns. Global mythology and religion were weaponized to convince humanity that its own cosmic sovereignty was a monster to be feared and destroyed. The Earth operates on a violent, cyclical timeline. Every few thousand years, the planet undergoes the Great Rearrangement. The magnetic poles shift, the crust cracks, the oceans rise, and the physical surface resets. The global elite know exactly what is coming. They are not retreating into mountains to hide from climate change or conventional war. This mural at the Denver International Airport sits directly above an ancient node filled with massive, hidden underground bunkers built specifically to outlast the reset. They are frantically storing the building blocks of life. This is the Svalbard Global Seed Vault in Norway. It is built to survive massive floods, nuclear strikes, and geographic inversion. It is a preservation vault for biological material and DNA lines. These ancient structures function as highly advanced, time-coded survival blueprints. The massive stone geometry of Giza marks the site of the previous reset, serving as a roadmap for the administrators to reclaim control during the next cycle. The plan for the elite is strict continuity. They intend to move underground, digitize their timelines, upload their consciousness into synthetic vessels, and wait out the geological violence. Once the dust settles, they plan to relaunch the Matrix and rule the survivors. Billions of dollars poured into subterranean architecture proves they are anticipating a massive planetary rupture. They are desperate to maintain their containment field because they know their parasitic system cannot survive the coming frequency shift in the open. You do not need billions of dollars to shield yourself. The ancient flame codes provide specific, energetic exploits to block system interference and defend your personal frequency. The Flame Circle Shield is a protocol designed to stop energy siphoning and thought seeding. By consciously clearing a space and visualizing a clockwise ring of source fire, you cut unseen cords and lock your aura away from psychic observers. To secure your astral body during sleep, you execute the Dreamgate lock. This process bridges your heart to the sky and seals the edges of your dream field, actively preventing synthetic portals from opening and keeping astral parasites out of your rest. This animated diagram demonstrates the sigil of stillness. When facing sudden emotional hijack or psychic assault, tracing this specific blue-silver double-line seal in the air freezes the energetic field. It severs incoming cords in real time and restores sovereign control. These protocols function as a spiritual firewall. By anchoring your own source code, you render your signature unreadable to the system's tracking grid, effectively shielding your consciousness from external harvesting. While the architects of this grid bury themselves in steel vaults, hoping the earth doesn't crush them, the true exit strategy requires no physical shelter. It requires internal resonance. Watch how this digital grid washes over the silhouette, but bends and breaks before it can attach. When you strip off the trauma masks and align your frequency to your original source signature, you become a glitch. The simulated gravity of this world simply can no longer hold you. The magnetic field is changing. Time is breaking down. When the sky finally splits and the crust shifts, the false veils masking this containment field will burn away completely. You were dropped in as a disruptor. By remembering your true flame code, you dismantle the machinery from the inside. As the false grade fractures, the planetary reset transforms into a sovereign prison break.